down a half forward. Howe gives it across to Maloney. Maloney about 60 metres out. Melbourne in best position. And the big guy.
It's good luck.
It was. He might be 208 centimetres.
They've said a lot. He's been at full forward, I reckon, about 80% of the game, but they haven't really kicked the ball at him. But in this last quarter, when the ball's gone to him, he's taken that mark on the ankle, and that was a good, strong one.
Goes to the demons.
Out the back there.
Well worked. Now long again. Petted, 60 out. Look at that. Opening up in the middle. Big Gawn in there. Big man.
Well coached. He's really doing well here, Dean Barley, because now Gawn has come on the ground, which is fantastic. So they've got both ruckmen on the ground now. Stephen Martin in the ruck, Gawn. They may have thought he was playing the ruck, but he's actually playing as a key forward. So everything working in Dean Barley's favour.
Yeah, the Fremantle defence were gone then. They were nowhere near it. And I think, as you and Kingy were touching on, I think they're holding their shape a little bit better this week. Here's another goal for a big man. The last one was Stephen Martin, his ruck partner. Gawn comes in, kick on the way, it's there, and Melbourne have got 4 straight. Another 2-on-1. This is happening a lot in the Melbourne 450. Big Gawn almost was gone. As McFarlane in the end stripped away Scully, gets an open look at the goal. 50 out, no one in the goal square, needs a good bounce, got it. Boycher on the backside, the Demons.
Evans to Jones. Grimes was able to just steady and assess. Gawn in the middle! And he went with it! Welcome back, Max. You're not gone at the moment.
Big Maxi!
The FCG members haven't been excited about a Maxi since Tangles Walker was here in the 70s and 80s.
Kind of thought it might have brought a smile to Mark Neal's face, but gee, wouldn't you be disappointed from GWS's perspective? 2-on-1. I think it's Gillum on one side and you got Phil Davis on the other. And he just parts the Red Sea, throws them both out of the way, marks it, plays on and kicks it. Here come the D's. Look at the strength of the big man.
He's been good, Max. This is a positive story for Max Gawn. He's had 11 disposals. He's come back from 2 knee reconstructions.
This man from South Australia to show his wares today. Jimmy Tompkins kicks it out wide. Gawn goes, he's got it! Beautiful big one-hander.
Real skill to be able to predict and not give away the free kick.
It was Garland who did it now. Vince has a chance from 55. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's a mighty goal to the Demons.
Watch the tap though, boys. We said they were going to struggle, Richmond, with their main ruckman off the ground.
Well, it was Dustin Martin that went up against Gawn in the ruck. How's the finish rate?
He might get a second crack at it here. And it's a better effort, the centering ball for Gawn, who muscled his way through. And no one kicks it. It's hard to get it out of there. Dawes tries to muscle his way through and did something. Now Maxi Gawn with an opportunity. It's a big opportunity, and he takes it.
Oh, the big fella.
That's a very important goal from the big man. He's all but 7 foot with about 10 kilos of beard. But that is a very good goal on the run. But again, you need that half chance. Have a look at the big fella. Looks
good pick-up.
Had no thought whatsoever of handballing it inboard to his supporting player in Matt Jones. Said, no, I'm right. And good goal.
Gets them up into the 50. Here's Barry. Closer to goal. And he exits to Gawn. He's got it. He's got it. Second, I should say.
If you'd like to, freezemnd.com. 1.75 million at the moment.
Gawn to Pedersen, brilliantly done to Vince. Oh, that's wonderful stuff.
That's a great tap over the back, isn't it?
Got to try and widen it out a little bit, Geelong. Going inside forward 50, 7 times without a goal is pretty unusual. That's a really good mark on the back of a good kick.
They haven't been direct enough, Jared. They've got to attack the goal front a bit more, Geelong do.
Big Maxi Gawn. That's a fine grab.
For the Demons, they've lost their last 10 against Geelong, and they're inside 50 again. Gawn's down there, and he stole it, Gawn.
They've just been harder at it at the present time. Demons have just been much harder at the contested ball.
Andrew Mackie thought he might have... Sorry, not Andrew Mackie. Jared Rivers thought he might have grabbed that.
He had a little piece of it.
Up until you.
No, that's a mark, I think, for Gawn.
Just 1 kick and 15 handballs last week for Max Gawn, so kicking's Not his forte necessarily, but gee, that looked good off the boot. That was never in doubt. High fives all round.
Likes to work up the field, give him a strong contest. It's good signs early from him.
Heading towards Spencer and co. Is it Gawn that comes over the top? It is, and he plays on quickly, the big man. Flick it back to try and keep it in play, but all it did was accommodate his immediate opponent. Back towards Gawn, and the big man takes a screamer.
Been impressive, their big guys. They're taking marks today for Melbourne.
Hit and hope it was okay because it finds Caddy. He goes with a centering ball. Big Gawn will come over the top. Has he claimed the mark?
Geez, big Gawn's been impressive. Some big contested marks by him.
Oh, we saw him take a fantastic chest pack mark just a couple of minutes ago. And now he's followed it up with that fine defensive mark. Again in the pack.
Finish him up.
Big Maxi Gawn.
Jeez, have a look at this. Rounds 10 and 11.
He's been on fire.
Pretty handy, those ranking points up over 100, but it's been the contested marks. You can see there as one, but he's had 5 contested marks today, which is really impressive.
Stevie J's got possession, gives the hand pass away. They've got an opportunity now. The kick goes long, in towards full forward. Selwood sees it over the back, and it's one behind. Stokes will see. Ridden into the ground or dumped by Big Max Gawn, who's playing inspired football, by the way.
6 contested marks.
Here he is again. He's everywhere.
He's given them a great kick-out target as well. Viney takes them on, drives it wide. Gawn, big pluck. And a great game from him.
This is Taylor, but has a chance to get onto it here. Braced himself, rode the bump. Leuenberger, good service back. Goes short, and that's Adcock fumbles, recovers. Watch out, Gawn about to get him, and you are just about gone.
Another great tackle from Max. Gee,
that is
Adcock,
great
look, he fumbled the mark. He had to know he's under some heat.
Marco, who's been in terrific form, able to run full arc and bang it up to full forward. Maxi Gawn, super grab. He's not just a tap ruckman, he can grab a big contested mark when he's at his best. Bangs it up to the wing. Gawn and Grundy to contend. Maxi Gawn.
At the far side.
Gawn with the left hand, and the big man goes again, Maxi. He's enjoying this, and it's a Polly Farmer-like hand pass to Viney. Player going down the line, and it's the latter towards Downey. He's forced to defend against Gawn, but not good enough. And Big Max claims the mark.
He still didn't find his man. Johnson, the little standoff. Been doing that for a long time. Left foot kick to the goal square. That was an outstanding effort to get back Maxi and take that mark on the last line. Old-fashioned ruckman mark there, saving the day. He's a bit of an old-fashioned type ruckman too, Maxi, but gee, covers some ground and can take a grab. In the street, Jamie McMillan. It's on its way back, Gawn down cleanly to Tyson. Wouldn't they love this one? Another goal for the Demons!
They've let Melbourne right back into this game after absolutely dominating in that first term. This was a smart play. Didn't over-kick it. Good play there from Maxi Gawn.
And that free kick as well, given against Del Santo, I think, to Vince. The numbers are there from both teams. Goldstein, Gawn!
Well, Max has had a big influence on what's happening in this term. The comeback, he's been involved in a lot of hits to advantage at stoppages, and now he has a chance to drag one back from Goldstein.
What's been both North Melbourne kicked so accurately with this breeze in the first quarter. Now Melbourne, since Ken missed that first opportunity they had where he blazed away, they've gone 5 goals straight.
Jared, any movement on this one?
Extraordinary to think, Dicko. Halfway through the first quarter, North Melbourne led by 42 points. They are now behind. Melbourne in front.
Nevertheless, it's a great mark. He got in front of Goldstein, read the ball well. Ball moved in the air right to left. Goldstein read it best, went back and slotted it. What a comeback. Exciting game of footy here at Blundstone.
25 contested possessions to 8 in this quarter.
Yeah. Oh, they've just smacked him around the stop.
But it's the time they've done it. It's the time they've done it in as well.
Yeah.
You know, still 11 and a half minutes to go in this quarter, and they're back in front.
Pretty clear that Hogan was the biggest man who was going to either mark it or bring it to the ground.
Oh, Gawn. Stylish stuff. Down to Jones, who gives it everything. Melbourne still with 6 rotations remaining, North with 8. Harms. Got one! And they're still alive.
Again, Jono, it's that sweeping tap out from Max Gawn. He's done it a number of times. Let's have a look at this. Bang. Over the back. Melbourne have scored goals from that particular avenue a number of times. The competition will wake up, but the Kangaroos haven't. And that's an opportunity and a chance for Melbourne to get back in.
Big wrestle on there, no whistle. Now Viney still in play here, the D's. Pedersen's high ball. Bug with a fly and gone! Maxi!
Still a lot more dangerous inside 50 Melbourne than Richmond do.
Not high. Stand up. Stand up.
Been told to stand up. Is that Bug again there, who's getting under the skin of a few Tigers at the moment? I'll give a reverse free kick. There's more space inside 50 for Melbourne. Hogan looks dangerous. Gawn pushing down. They just look more likely to score for me at the moment.
He had a breakout game against Geelong last year, Gawny, and since then, Darcy, his confidence has just gone through the roof. He said at the start of this year he wanted to be the #1 ruckman. He took Goldstein on a couple of weeks ago, and it was a pretty fair battle. He's continued that on.
It's been exciting to watch him develop into a regular player. He kicks his 4th goal of the season, and the D's are out to a 16-point lead.
Say, Ivan, that's what I can do, and I'm capable of a bit more tonight. So it's a big win, and there is Bug who's getting into marriage as well. So it's a big moment in the game for Maxi.
Well, he's doing it all, Das. He's doing it at both ends of the ground, in defence and then pushing forward. I've always said that if you've got a ruckman that can kick goals, and you've got a real weapon.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Just changes the game, isn't it, when you get involved the way Big Max is at the moment. There he is again.
Back towards the line, and Hunt camped under it. Did nicely. Plays on quickly again towards the hot spot. Hogan rants with him, and Maxi again. Big Maxi is having a night out. Well, in the end, Hogan getting up in front helped Max Gawn out because it kept Rance away from the football. How important was that?
They're good hands. So that's a whole pack coming in. Look at that. Whole way to the pack, whole way to Hogan's body at full pace. And he stood up, the big man, clunked it beautifully. All 208 centimetres. Brilliant effort.
This is a beautiful set of numbers now. 13 disposals for the big ruckman. And 2 goals to boot. The D's kick away again.
53% he's gone. Effective disposals of his 17 possessions.
What about that man? Max Gawn. This will be disposal number 18. He's taken 7 marks.
So last chance here for Melbourne.
Yeah, you can go long to Gawn. Here.
Going to pop it up here for Max Gawn. He's going to pluck the mark in the middle of 2 Gold Coast defenders.
Yeah, well done. It was good by Vince to identify that. Gawn was floated down there in the pocket on his own. He saw that not only Gary Ablett, but Gary Ablett, because of his height, the mismatch. Let's just put it on Gawn's head here. He's able to complete the mark. That was good. At least the other Melbourne forwards saw that and pulled away from him. They stood at the top of the goal square now. Big Maxi needs to kick this for a team lifter for Melbourne.
As we work down to quarter time, big kick here for Max Gawn. A terrific year, and needs to keep Melbourne right in this opening term, and he squeezes it home. Great goal for Max Gawn right on quarter time.
To ruckman tangle again. Gawn was able to get the tap down. Here's Viney. He's able to gather from 49 metres. He goes for it and kicks it. What a great start for the second half, and it's Jack Viney.
He's able to wrap around the back. Just watch this. Good communication. That's spoken about. So Max Gawn has obviously signalled to these midfielders, or vice versa, and they were able to run around and execute very well. That is a set plan that was well executed, and a great finish, of course.
Good kick for Jenner. Takes the mark. Handball away to Watts. Watts looks up. He goes long, and big Maxi Gawn is waiting and taking the mark and kicking the goal is Garlett. What a night he's had, Max Gawn.
Showing peas there, the big man. That was just That was a task too big for the Suns defenders. Great run off halfback. The Suns are out on their feet, but Maxi, just this massive figure in the forward 50, and Jack Watts sees him, and it's just an obvious target. Get in as quick as you can. There is no way that Saad is going to be able to spoil that. Maxi very generous to give that one off. Good grab.
He's got to go plugs in.
A few gores up the snout already.
Big Gawn standing tall inside 50. A lack of height for the power in defence. And Gawn can have a real impact. Go back from directly in front.
And this is what he needs to do. He needs to really stretch Port Adelaide by sneaking forward, because he's a massive man, and that is a really good mark. As we said, a little bit quiet with 6 and 7 disposals over the last 2 weeks.
A couple of quiet weeks, but it's been a rapid rise for Max Gawn. And he finishes truly from there.
Everyone propels it, but that was an exaggerated version.
Shouldn't matter if you propel, as long as you get a fist to it. It's still a handball.
It's off the palm.
Gawn playing in front of Tringo, taking a good mark. Jetta. Laying down, and Gawn too big in the middle of the ground. Caught a play on. Had Garland in the pocket. Goes longer instead. He's got the tall timber down there. Gawn reaching over the back and plucking the mark.
Big miss moves.
Oh, Kenny, just a little bit disgruntled, he is, Ken.
But talk about this guy's third quarter, boys. I mean, we spoke about it at half-time. He needed to get a bit of a lift. Wasn't quite getting himself into the game. His tap work has been brilliant down Viney. And yes, Viney's been under a lot of pressure when he's got the ball, but this guy has really turned it on this quarter.
Reaching over the top there of Tringove and Westhoff. So fighting against two tall players, but he just had the height advantage on them. The miss at one end from Howard. They go straight up the other end, the Demons. Gawn kicks the goal, and Melbourne are right back into this game.
The knuckle as well, and then the ball goes down the other way, and big Maxi Gawn takes a really good mark. Works hard. You see him working hard off the ball to get deep, and he's cornered in long, gets the ball long, and he's really hard to stop. That is a good grab, good goal.
Stretch. Jaden Hunt gets away from White. Nice handball. Gawn thought about Hunt. Now through the middle. Now dangerous times. Dawes.
Oh, brilliant from Melbourne. The pressure they applied in the back half. Now they've got to find a way out. Collingwood have got back in numbers defensively, so I don't think they're going to be able to get it out the back here at the moment, the Demons.
Look at the work right here of Chris Dawes.
Gee, I reckon it was their best passage of play, Tim, deep in that back half then. Their desperation, Melbourne, on the back of kicking 3 goals in this quarter. They have come alive. Dawes long ball. Here's Hogan.
Oh, Melbourne.
Yeah. And a Melbourne free. Advantage paid. Max Gawn, he got a good bounce. He takes it out of midair. Maxie says, I'm that good. I don't need to handle the footy.
Two things about that. A great call from UBT. But Maxi Gawn, it was his kick. It was almost a speculative kick across the ground, and poor Rouge would have had his heart in his mouth as the ball went across there. But Chris Dawes marked it. Then he followed up. He provided the target again. We know he's got a massive engine, Dawes. Got out wide to the wing, provided that target, kicked the ball back in, and then Gawn has sprinted from centre half back to full forward, and then just finished that off. Big Maxi, super happy with that.
Oliver Jones. Dangerous ball here for Collingwood in the last 2 minutes of this first half. Frost trying to destroy the pack. Maxi Gawn goes in, boot on ball, got it. 3 to big Max. Open up another pop-up.
Oh, he's popping up everywhere. He's played some sort of a quarter, hasn't he, Maxi? I mean, he's worked in the ruck. He's had 19 hit-outs now. He's had 12 disposals. I mean, he's getting midfield-type numbers. He's reading the ball so well.
I think I said 3. He only kicked 2, of course, getting excited.
That's okay. And he's just running himself into the ground. You see the big fella on screen there. He's exhausted.
Next guys, rucks in. Thanks, Brody.
Well, there's Hogan again, just drawing a crowd in that dangerous part of the ground. Maxi just jumping up, and then the finish and the delight with the finish.
And the other, Garlett, And Harms left out of this side. They'll have to fight hard to get back into it. Petrarca, something clever. Ends up with Max Gawn. It travelled 15 just. And a man that has been fabulous this afternoon can have a look at his third. He's never kicked more than 2 in a game, Max Gawn.
15 seconds, Max.
Wearing that famous number 11. He's carrying it so well. Big Max has got 3. And the crowd loves it.
So here he is, the man of the moment. Career high game in goals, career high game in possessions, and career high game in fun for him. No doubt about it. Big Maxi today has throttled all comers.
And today we're here, Queen's birthday, but also to raise awareness for MND. And today you've been voted best on ground and you're now awarded the Neil Danaher Trophy. Well, Maxie, we know Neil come and spoke to your boys during the week, and inspirational man who's doing great things, not just for MND, but raising the awareness for everyone.
Yeah, we had 23 players this week with Neil. It was super when he come in. We're going to freeze this beast called MND, and Neil's and his family are doing the right thing there. So hopefully everyone here has had a great day, and thanks to Collingwood, but the D's got over the line.
Well, Maxie, go and enjoy the win.
Through the middle they come. Wagner, he'll want his left boot. Gets there in the end. Now into the pocket. Gawn uses his body well against Nunes. Fell back with the flight. And now this to make it remarkably just 17 points.
He just came on straight from the interchange, Max Gawn, and saw where the stoppage was. Melbourne transferred the ball through the middle part of the ground, drifted forward, and was clearly out positioned there, you see, on Nunes, and ended up holding his ground, taking a strong mark.
Had the height advantage and he used it. I mean, he needed to do something. Melbourne needed to make every opportunity here.
Hasn't scored today. 12 goals for the year. They're desperate for one. And he gives the Demons fans what they're craving. Back to 17. Knocked away. Chance for Petrarca. Knocks it to himself. Gives inside. Dom Tyson off the side of the boot, perhaps. Well weighted in the end. Can Max Gawn settle, go back and kick his second, and make it a 5-point ball game?
That's exactly why he's there. They're rolling the dice. It's a bit of a gamble here. Here's the first tackle here, almost a trip. But at the other end of the ground, it was Jack Watts that actually was part of a link-up bit of play as well. So he has to run Hickey at one end for that to be successful. They may lose a little bit about the stoppages, but having this big guy one-on-one against Gilbert is just going to be too big, too strong in the air like he was on that occasion.
A great look at what Max has before him. He's hit it well enough, I think. Max has now got 2.
Versus 11th on the AFL ladder, but it hasn't looked like it in this opening term. Gawn front spot. All Australian bound, perhaps.
Luke Hodge behind the football, Dwayne, so he's the deepest defender for Hawthorn, just to try and protect the back.
Gee, Burgoyne gives that some sky, and Gawn plucks it from everybody.
Yeah, that's huge by Max Gawn. Intercept mark in that position of the ground is critical, and that was a huge pack.
Squeezes it wide, and it works. Good delivery.
It's just magnificent to watch King.
Frost, a little don't argue on Hodge. Not sure many have ever been able to do that. Gawn with the one-hand pluck. He's a cult figure and a cult hero.
Oh, you can see why he put it out there at the start of the year. He wants to be the #1 ruck in the comp. Chase down Goldstein. Well, he's doing that very quickly.
Yeah, well, he's the #1 ruck in the comp this year as a ruckman, but we've seen he's been quite competent as a forward when he has snuck forward. Hasn't spent a hell of a lot of time there this year, but he has had an impact with his marking when he does.
Yeah, a couple of knee reconstructions. It's his 7th season. Big bearded Max sneaks it in and scores a level again.
Oh, he's up and about too. He's getting the MCC members going. They're all back from the snow. All the Melbourne supporters, and Big Maxi's fired up. They'll be happy to see this show. Good kick. That was a better kick for goal. And he had a miss in his first quarter, but he kicked through that ball. Haven't got big targets today in the forward line, Melbourne. That's why Maxi is important down forward to take a contested grab like that, especially with the absence of Jesse Hogan. Good control with his one hand against Ben McAvoy. It's a better kick. Drove his momentum through that ball.
Possessions, but it doesn't go on the scoreboard, and I think that'd be causing some frustration in the coach's box.
Viney got free on the left.
And even they win the clearance. Let's watch this roll now. Melbourne's used their hands really well. A good tap to start off with Gawn from stoppages.
Back in the middle, slammed into the deck. Gawn gets high, straight down to Viney. Sizzling handball through traffic.
And King, you must be happy with the way Gawn and Viney are combining in the last 5 minutes.
Big Max, he's got the best three rover to ruck to rover combinations in the AFL at the moment.
Oh, there you go, on cue. Straight down Jones's throat.
Gawn to Tyson's number 1, the competition. Gawn to Vince's number 2, and Gawn to Jones is number 3 in the AFL. So that's what they should be looking to maximise.
To Jones, track, the handball, Hodge, the delivery man, Segler full forward. Gawn! Big Maxi gets back, and the crowd rise again. Frost, 2-on-2. Brand got away from Watts to help out. Gawn again.
He's done well today, Max Gawn, but Brand did well, and that's where Max Gawn's positioning was so critical, because he left Jack Watts, impacted the contest. Good ball inside 50, but this man's been in the way all afternoon. He's had a big day, Maxi Gawn. We've spoken about him a fair bit throughout the day. And 13 disposals, contested marks, 5 of those, few in the defensive end, but the hit has to advantage, 14. That's the big number for Max Gawn.
A huge day for Melbourne. Also uncontested possessions. Normally 2 real strengths of Hawthorn. Melbourne have beaten them at their own game today.
Gawn goes back with a flight. That's it. I'm growing a beard this week. How good is this guy?
I can't wait to see that, Dwayne.
Melbourne have kicked the last 5 goals of this game. Centering discipline kick. Maxi!
It's got it.
Well, how else would it end? But in Max Gawn's hands. Listen to the crowd.
He's got to take his 30, wait for the siren to go.
How long is it afterwards? How long is it going to take you, Dwayne, to get that beard grown to Maxi's length?
4 or 5 years, but I'm starting. I don't care.
Even the coaching staff are growing them.
Yes.
Listen to this. They've let it every change. But it's not an anticlimax. It is one of the great wins of the year to any team.
Starting to make our way towards half-time. Boat goes long, Young to leap, Gawn with a big pack mark, Maxi Gawn.
What a mark, Max. There's a little bit of one team bad or the other team good, and you say, which way was it? The answer normally is,
look at those hands.
Bit both ways. Melbourne are just really good at
That's
the moment.
That's what wet footy do. Yeah. Wet footy tonight under extreme pressure. He is absolutely plucking them at the moment.
That was right in front of me, Roo, and I heard that sound.
As well.
Pollock can set this one up. Congested forward line. Dixon, Gawn! Another big, strong pack marked by Maxi.
It's a ripper, isn't he? Just getting used to that now, aren't we?
Yep. The standing tall in amongst a heap of players. Brayshaw. Jaden Hunt did well. Melbourne will go inside 50 again.
Maxi.
Gawn worked his way to the front. Spotted it early.
Matthew Lobe, he was an extra man in defence, and he was on the wrong side of the field and just didn't get to where the only place the ball was going to go. There he is now, just walking behind the umpire, away from the man on the mark.
Maxi's had 5 contested marks for the game. Port Adelaide have had 3.
Yeah, thanks, Sandy. And the ruckman for the 2016 All-Australian team, a great story. First time All-Australian for the Melbourne Football Club, Max Gawn.
What a midfield that is. Maxi Gawn rewriting the record books
as far as hit-outs were concerned this year with 314.
Dars, we look at Max Gawn and we all like aspects of Max Gawn from a technical point of view. What did you like about Max Gawn and his ruck work?
What I loved, Robbo, was the fact that he's now a great contested mark. He's a really good clearance player. He lays tackles. He wins the ball on the ground. He pushes forward and is a dangerous opponent. Always knew that he was going to be able to win the ball in the ruck contest, but he turned himself by the end of this year into almost a complete player. And to be honest with you, 18 months ago, I couldn't see it. He, by the end of the year, was just the standout ruckman in the game.
Let's hear from the man himself, Max Gawn, the #1 ruckman in the game with Gerard Waitley.
Max, it's a long way from a pizza or a shift at Domino's, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a feeling that would come up. I gave up Domino's 4 years ago and now I'm on Pizza Hut, which is good.
Could you have believed that you could become this figure, the preeminent ruckman in the game?
I suppose when I look back on my career, it's been a very interesting career. My first 4 or 5 years I was out of a knee injury, so it's pretty far-fetched to think in my 7th year that I'd be here, so it's definitely a privilege.
When did the penny drop for you? When did it become possible?
It's not fun when you always get, when you play for 2 weeks and then get dropped, so that was something that I was doing for about 2 or 3 years. I was playing 2 or 3 weeks and I kept on getting dropped, so the penny dropped when I realised that I wanted to play more than 3 games in a row and I wanted to take this club to bigger and better places.
And the strengths in your game, the tap work, the contested marking, what have you worked hardest on to get here?
When I first got drafted, for someone being my height, 208 centimetres, I couldn't win a hit out. So I had to learn ruck work along the way, and I got Greg Stafford in, who's a great ruck coach down in Melbourne, and so the ruck work is probably something I had to work on the most.
Can you feel yourself improving all the time?
Yeah, so hopefully there is a bit more improvement left. I'm still only young. I know the beard makes it look like I'm a little bit older in the receding hairline as well, but I'm actually still only 24, so hopefully there's a couple more years for me to go.
The beard has to be permanent now, doesn't it?
If I shave it off and don't make the team next year, it'll be coming straight back.
Good on you, Max. Well done. Max Gawn, the All-Australian ruckman, Sandy.